Alright, give me just a minute to get some stuff set up on my end, and we will begin soon. I don't know if the chat's gonna work or not, so let's just drop a text. Okay, it's working. Sorry guys, I went to go live and everything about my OBS was like, you don't actually want to do that. You need to get everything set up still. So yeah, welcome. Just gonna get right into it. 90 minutes goes fast. Been a couple of weeks since the stream. That's right. This is me. So what we're doing is 100% base today. But I have to complete all contracts, all tasks, and all contests for 2 different trophies. I just yesterday finished we're doing this, so we're having videos for this. The world is on a different area. So is village. And far, far away. That's straight up locked. 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 Oh, because I said that. There was some growing supplies. Okay, I need to get something done. Cargo container and medium pipes. I can do that. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Put you in storage because you just never know when you're going to be needed next. And let's get the twin steer. And didn't save the activate. There we go. I just don't know how much room these things are going to take up, but you know, we'll make do. We can always make do. While I'm going past, I'll see if I've already done that or not. Because if I haven't, I'm going to need to. There it is. Look at that. How about now? Any better? Maybe I shouldn't shout that. Maybe I should just keep talking conversation. But yeah, how about now? Now we're waiting for 30 seconds for him to respond. And hi, final warrior. Nice to see you. Guardsman, if you're there, hello. I can turn down the volume of the game as well, if that helps. Rather not, if I don't have to. Come on. You can make this corner, big guy. There we go. And we're off at 1,000 miles an hour on the ice. And I know he doesn't talk about it, so you guys would have no way of knowing, but Final Warrior just completed like platinum 100 and something, 120 something. He went back and 300%ed the game and had the audacity to go and drop DLC. He is a fellow trophy hunter, although I haven't given it up, but I've kind of had to let that not be my defining personality. Good job, buddy. Way to score. Just a lot of drink. this Saturday. Next Saturday, hopefully, as long as I can get the video edited in time. Trying something new for the channel. Going to be basically testing guides to see how they look. Some games that I really like, but I don't feel like I'm smart enough. More truck revving than me talking? Alright, well let's kill the truck. Okay, how about that? Hopefully better. Yeah, before I was so rudely interrupted by, Final Warrior helping me, hopefully next Saturday, provided editing works out, I will release a, I tried the guide. It's for Crusader Kings 3, which anyone who knows anything about that knows it is a fantastically complicated game. But I'm just going to try the guide, see if it works. I might have to try it a couple times. That might be a spoiler for what's to come. But yeah, going to try the guide to see what works and let you know my thoughts. And if it doesn't work for me, I mean, it doesn't mean the guide is bad. These things are fairly RNG. But I thought it would be fun to... Alright. Do not accept, because then it just immediately puts you on that. Now I'm wondering... Have I already done that? Yeah. Worry about that later. Alright. Yeah, I'm excited. So, I have picked a guide, played at least one time so far. I will say, the first time I played did not go like the guide said. But I made a pretty big blunder that was entirely on me. And yeah, get to play a fantastic game. See, we've used like 28, 29-ish gallons of fuel just getting over here. This thing is thirsty. But there is a fuel trailer over here, which we will help ourselves to. And you may or may not hear my son playing in the background. He's in the other room, but he's reached the stage of boyhood, toddlerhood, where his version of playing is yelling really loud. And right now, he's yelling like a monster truck announcer the names of his monster trucks before he throws them off of a table. So... By the way, kudos to Hot Wheels for making high-quality monster trucks, because he would have destroyed them. I just heard him yell, Sparkle Smash! And then crash boom. Alright. Am I not close enough to refill? Did I just miss the refill? Parking brake is on. Let's come alongside and siphon fuel out of this thing. Because we need it. Not recover. Never, no. Refuel. There we go. We're thirsty. Alright, now what do you have? You have the pipe. Can I get lucky and also get the cargo container? No? Okay. It was worth a shot. Cargo container's way down there. Alright. Fuel. Come this way. And this way. Oh, there's still a hazard. You know, I don't want to find that hazard and work on it with all this stuff in the back. So come this way, this way. I remember that being really tricky. So yeah, come on by this fuel station, because by then we'll need fuel. And come on in here and over here. And then straight down to here, I guess. And then to go back, we'll go up this way. Yep, proper playing from a young boy. You're right, Final Warrior. I got no complaints. Haven't asked him. I've asked him occasionally, you know, not to yell at top volume to where he's straining his voice box, turning red and shaking. Or, you know, when he's screaming in my ear, I've asked him not to do that. But otherwise, it's like, nope, you play. I'm just glad you're playing. You're having fun. That's what's important. You can buy another table after you're done chipping it. And boom. Okay. We already burned 4 gallons, 3 gallons just sitting there. This is a thirsty, thirsty girl. You all thought I was joking when I said we'll get more fuel. No. Okay, hit the puddle and there's a right. All right. That rock concerned me. Go. Don't tip over. Don't you do it. There we go. Don't tip over now. We got rules. You know, I might as well just all-wheel drive it. I mean, we're gonna get to that gas station. Might as well use the convenience. Alright. Knock those signs over so that other people don't know where they're going. It's me, I'm other people. And we chug. You know, if it wasn't just impossible to move around in here, this would be kind of cute. Kind of neat. Look at it. Christmas tree for sale. I really want to be in the cab, but the tire noise drives me crazy. I'll have to find something that works that isn't chains. Go. Shove. Shove. Burning 6 gallons a minute. Go hardly at all. Make it make sense. There we go. I will say, I spend more time looking at the front tire, or in this case, tires, of these vehicles than just about anywhere else when I'm playing this game, because tire placement matters, because maybe I don't want to be in that brown. I want to be on the snow because the brown is unpassable. You got to know exactly where you're at. I think I can probably afford to turn off my lights now. Looks like it's morning again. I would really like to take it out of low. I say right before hitting the deep snow and having to put it back in low. So we climb up to 7 miles a minute, or 7 gallons a minute. 7 minutes a gallon. Yeah. You'll have that. So, I see there's about 8 people in the chat. I'm just curious. Anyone played Crimson Desert, and what are your thoughts on it? It's something I'm definitely sniffing around. And maybe no one has played it or wants to comment, and that's fine. Lurkers are always welcome. You can do it. Nope, still my year for backlogs, trying to ignore new games this year. That's fair. Here's a question though. If someone dropped a new game on your, and I know you'd stop everything for like the new Final Fantasy game, right? And that's, I'm not talking about that, but if someone dropped a game in your lap, was like, here, I bought this for you, plunk, would you play it or would you wait? Or would it depend on the game? But right now he's typing, no, I'm not going to play Red Dead, stop trying to make me. Depend on the game, that's fair. There's a lot of really good games that have come out in the last year or so. And if you're any kind of a completionist, even if it's just, I just want to finish the story, I don't see how you could get through all the stuff that's come out. I still have friends that are working their way through Ready or Not. Now, they're trying for the Platinum, but they're still working on that, and that came out like a year ago. New Kingdom Hearts game without a question. Something from Rockstar into the garbage. Okay, man. That's fine. I am going to sneeze. Just a moment. Got the microphone muted and everything. I'm such a professional. What did I drive into? Must have been that pole. Oh yeah, that does sit out quite a ways beyond the walking plate. Alright, man. You live, you learn. Why does it always attach to the flimsiest trees? Attach to the big immobile thing, please. Goodbye, sign. I don't know why, but hitting that yield sign like that reminds me of one of the best descriptive sentences I've ever read in literature. And this isn't a direct quote, but it was basically, his kiss was firm and unyielding, like an old man pushing his Buick into the "Do Not Park" sign in front of the grocery store. And if you don't get a chuckle and then a shudder out of that, I don't know how to help you. Hi, Kristen. How are you, my friend? I have been loving your game selection recently. I have ever since I found your channel, but it's been really A+ stuff. Okay, I don't need the large pipe. I do need the cargo container, right? Yeah. All right. No way this goes bad. Me and my patented 47-point turns. There we go. Doing well, enjoying the game. I gotta record tomorrow's Creeks episode tonight sometime. Yeah. Such a good game. I can't remember the name of the publisher, but I saw recently on YouTube because I've been watching yours. If I can find it again, I'll try to send it to you. But someone actually played every game that publisher's made through, and then gave their thoughts on the company that did it. And the lengths that they go to create the games is truly impressive. And I mean this with love. It's more like arts and crafts camp than creating video games. They're hand designing and animating out all kinds of cool stuff. Oh no, not the no sound. I've done that more times than I would like to admit, including when I'm live. Yeah, I think Creeks was one of them. I'll have to double check, but there's a cool little game where you're a robot, kind of like Creeks. There's another one where you're a little kid on an asteroid in space, and there's 2 or 3 games in that series, and people either hit your asteroid or your asteroid hits other planets and you explore them. And they've got a new one coming out, or it just came out too. If it's the same company, I think it is. I could be totally wrong, but I could have sworn I saw Creeks in there. Yeah, plenty of puzzle game content. Yep, I'm glad it was the people I thought it was. And every single one of their games looked really good. The common thread throughout was sometimes they're kind of frustrating and tricky and the answer isn't obvious. And I'm like, whoever's recording this has clearly never played a point-and-click puzzle game before, because they're all frustrating and not obvious at some point. Thank God for the internet if it's needed. Or back in the day, game magazines. I remember when there used to be hints in the back of those. When you're at this point, maybe look for something purple. Thanks. The demo I released last week is the same devs and didn't even realize it. Yeah, yeah, I thought it might be. See, it's just you found something you vibe with, and now it's calling to you. That kind of similar but a little different. That happened to me with the guys who published this game as well. There's several games that they have, and I'm like, ooh, that looks amazing. Or I've played it in something else and didn't realize it was these guys. All right. Same thing with Paradox. Don't tip. Don't tip. There we go. Good thing. Good truck. We're almost there. And then I can teleport you back to the garage where you'll probably live for the rest of this encounter because you use too much fuel. And you really want to tip here. And I really don't want you to tip. Hi, Toasty! Thank you, Kristen. I got that just a couple days ago, and I'm not trying to sound like a wet blanket, but every day I log in and I'm like, has it gone back down? But it's stuck, so I'm very happy. All of my YouTube's buddies, well, almost all of them are here now. That's Toasty. And for those of you in the chat, because there's a bunch of you, if you're not following Extra Toasty or just Kristen, seriously reevaluate the decisions you've made in your life. No, and in all honesty, just go check them out. They're amazing content creators and amazing people. They're very, very generous. No trampoline on this one. I hit random things like 391, and I bounce up and down on that number for 2 weeks. But so far 400 is stuck. Don't tip. Why are you so tippy? Yeah, reevaluate your decisions or follow them, you know. This random voice on the internet most of you probably don't know is telling you what you need to do. I have been told that's how it works, and then people listen. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is one of those where I really want to play it, and I also know that there's no way I can do the game justice before my attention span wanes. Come on. Come on. Alright, low gear, diff lock. Something needs to stick. There we go. Got hung up in the middle. Don't need to be hung up. Especially not going into this totally legitimate and not at all sketchy portion right here. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? There we go. This is fine. We're fine. Did I mention that we're fine? Move, trailer. Thank you. Not stopping. I'm honestly surprised that didn't do damage to anything. I'm gonna have to go back and see what happened in this bed chamber, because I had the stream on and I was listening, but I was also doing yard work. So I'm gonna have to see what I missed. You could get attacked by a kraken and that could go wrong. Okay, yeah, you're right. When I said what could go wrong, I did not anticipate krakens. You're valid there. Alright. Let's get rid of this trailer. Delete trailers. Yeah, go away. I know I'll lose the money. I don't care. I'm tired of that. Yay! The new drilling site has been built. What was for dinner? Because I did good tonight, but I want to hear what you did. Because I've already eaten mine. I don't need to dream about it. I want to dream about other food. Okay, that's out of this area. Need to get back to Baldur's Gate 3, but most of my friends I was playing with the game just lost interest. Alright, well, twist my arm, Final Warrior. Maybe you and I can play it. Fire in a barrel. Deliver fuel to port. Okay. Bags on ice. Already done bags on ice? Don't think so. But I also think there was this stuff over here to fix. So. Ground turkey skillet with sweet potatoes and black beans. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good. I marinated some butterfly chicken breasts and then sauteed them with onions and then had them on a homemade fresh hoagie roll with cheese and sandwich toppings. Okay, let's do this one. But not with this truck. This truck has, oop, wrong button. Recover this truck. You did good, go away now. There we are, alright. This has been a good truck. We'll use this one. Leave garage. Oh, the little fan's blowing. They know me so well. Right. Ooh. You're an aggressive little truck after what I just went through. Okay. Let's find where I'm going. Oop. You had a corn dog? Well, knowing you, it was probably like a homemade venison thing with like artisanally grown corn ground in your grandma's grinder thingy. Now, this thing's driving like it's got something to prove. I like it. I also don't like road signs. Is it still snow weather where you are, Toasty? I mean, it is almost April. It should be going away, right? My friend in Montana still has snow, but that's Montana. Right. Don't hit that. Yeah. It's just grumpy sounding. I like it. Almost looks like real life, other than the shattering neck pain from all this jostling. They do have their place right next to the funnel cake at the fair. Spooky made homemade red lentil. Oh, see? See? Homemade red lentil and sausage soup. Did you make the sausages yourselves? That's something I really want to do. Because of dietary restrictions, it's hard to get those kind of foods. So, I mean, I know it's just, you know, a grinder and a, what do they call it, an encaser or whatever, just a grinder with a narrow nozzle. But Greaseballs gas station. Fuel. Close. Did I mark out my way? I did. I gotta turn around. Okay. You're almost too spry, little truck. Yeah, you made them? That's awesome. For those of you that don't know, should Toasty ever throw a, hey, for all my subscribers, let's get together somewhere and have a con, and I'll bring food. You want to go for the food. Well, for Toasty too, but for the food. As far as weather, most of the snow is gone, but it was 17 yesterday. That's harsh. At least I think it's harsh. Some people would prefer that to where I'm at, so. And honestly, I would prefer what you're going through right now to where I live in the summer. But for right now, this is good stuff. I'm happy right now. Nah, just for the food. Nah, I'd come for hanging out with you, but I'd also eat the food. You guys may not realize this, but when we did our live stream, the first of the hightail with the three of us, Toasty, myself, and Jonathan, that was the first time he and I had ever spoken to each other with both of us using words out of our mouth. Otherwise, it had been typing in each other's live streams. Bye, Kristen. Have fun with that video. I will look forward to seeing it tomorrow. Vroom, vroom. Actually, can I get rid of this thingy too? I can change the suspension mode? That's awesome. Delete trailers. Delete the flatbed. There we go. There's your fuel. We did something. We're useful. Why don't you love us? Off-road truck is recommended. Four drilling parts. Dang, I've only got a two-seater. But you know, I could hook that up. Alright, you've convinced me. I don't know if it gets much more off-road than a freaking logging truck. Although I don't want to navigate all those trees. In this game especially, sometimes the long way is the fast way. We'll figure the rest out as we go. So you can decide whether or not you want the guy's hands when you're in the cab or not. And everyone laughs at the hands because, like, you turn just a little bit, and rather than, you know, the top of his hand just kind of cruising across the steering wheel, he's grabbing at it with both and like hand over handing it and turning and just acting like everything is NASCAR or just before a car wreck. So he has no hands in my truck. I did not realize that there was a window there in the door. Is there one on this side? We'll never know. Yeah. I wonder if that's useful. It's got to be useful. Why else would they have it there? I don't know. I also found out the last time I played Docked that the straddle carrier, the really, really tall one that dangles the semi-truck things between its tires, out in front of the cab, kind of where like the edge of the cattle guard is on this thing, there's a yellow rod sticking straight out. And if you line that up where the ground disappears under the containers on the row beside you, it will guide you into the next row, the row you want to be in, perfectly every time. I'm sure that's how they do it in real life and not looking down between their feet like I've been doing it. And I should be getting over to the side because this is awful. Go out of that soup. Bouncy, bouncy. Hard bouncy. No more teeth in my jaw bouncy. Is the whole world tipping or is it just the concussion talking? Can you imagine playing this in one of those rigs that shakes you like the car? Whoa. Huh. Maybe we need to come out this way. I feel like I might be missing things on the ground. No, it's just prancing along. Like the kind they used to have in malls for real life flying jet. Yeah, like that. Yeah, they make at-home rigs. I think they're about 6K, but it's got the TVs all around you. You're in a little hutch, and then the chair that you sit in with the pedals moves up and down, left and right, and around. I don't think it'll even do a 90-degree spin, but it moves around like what you're doing to the stuff. So there's a sideboard trailer. Do I get extra credit for finding this thing too? That thing is huge. All right, come here, sideboard trailer. We are not attached winch. There we go. We're gonna fill up on supply parts. Is that what I needed, was the spare drilling parts? Did it not save that task? Four of them, yeah. Well, that sounds like gaming goal for when your simulation games. Treat yourself and you get 100K subscribers. I'm hoping by then someone will be like, hey, can we buy this for you so you can feature it? Because I do end up playing a lot of driving games. All right. Oh, I should probably know where I'm going, huh? And then we'll stop at the gas station. Pick us up some gas. And then we'll hit the factory. And I guess I found that maintenance trailer, so that's cool. And then I need to come down here and get that. And then come back over here, go through here, and get that. Because I don't know that I have those two yet. And I'm going to need them. Yeah, if I got a rig like that, I would definitely need a computer. There's just not a lot of games for PlayStation that handle equipment like that. And I'm not a big fan of Gran Turismo, so that's half of them. Do not tip. Maybe I should put this in low gear and go a little bit slower. That's too slow. Do not tip. If that tips and then the stream suddenly ends, you all will realize it's because I'm rage quitting. Don't. Pack cargo, pack cargo. There we go. Everything's back in its straps. Yeah, I'm on. You can do it. Vroom, vroom. Now I've got that song from Kill Bill stuck in my head. Shot a man, boom, boom. I don't even know the lyrics, just the tone of it. Yeah, I'm on. In other gaming news, did you all hear PlayStation is raising its prices on its consoles? Which is too bad for people that were holding out for, you know, end of generation price decreases. But selfishly, I'm hoping that means that we're not getting near the end of the generation. There's really no need right now to jump to PS6 or an Xbox Echo or whatever they're gonna call the next one. What are they calling the next one? Valkyrie or something like that? I don't know. I know they were talking about it. And with all of the needed hardware parts going to computers for AI, I don't know that they could get enough parts to make another upgraded system. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine staying with this generation till 2030, maybe later. We haven't stretched the end of it. Heck, half of us are still playing last generation's games. Yeah, that's why people are mad with them. It's like $100 or $200 increase. The Pro is going up, I think, $900. Which I wouldn't mind getting a Pro, but I don't need it. And if I need it for Grand Theft Auto, then I don't need Grand Theft Auto. Also, I don't know if any of you guys are on Twitter or not. You know, X, the Elon Musk social media site. But I guess they figured out a way to auto-translate American English into Japanese and Japanese into American English. And that's exploded on the site, and now Japanese guys and American guys are like, hey, we all like the same things. This is great. And as someone who's on Twitter, it's been a fun 2 days. Apparently they had no idea that we really have big trucks and barbecue. And I had no idea there's an entire subdivision zoning section of their commercial district in one of their towns set up like a Jane Austen novel, like the maid frocks and the petticoats or whatever the heck you call, like the whole spiel. So you learn something new every day. Come on, truck. Just a throaty thing. I don't know if you guys can hear it very well, but on my end it's about deafening. Detached trailer. Right, well that was an entire day's worth of moving around in here. And one 30-year-old manga has outsold 80 years of Batman and 90 years of Superman. Go One Piece. That's right. Alright, all of these are now locked. So let me go take off the handbrake. Go check out these locations, see what's needed, and then I'm going to have to explore out of the main area. Boo. Whee! Getting loose on the ice. Should I take out that sign? I think I should. No one tells me to do the speed limit. Need wooden planks. Okay, well, we'll get to it. And now, what's over on this one? Are you something that I need to summon up? Okay, we've got trailer park now. I would have thought I'd already had that, but sure. Although really I didn't do everything here. I just kind of got the upgrades, got the vehicles, cleared the watchtowers, and moved on. And I did just enough stuff to make that possible. Show task, accept. Stonefall. What do you need? You need metal beam. Well, that'll be a lot easier for me to get than 2 things of lumber. Just because metal beam fits in my car, and the lumber I don't think will. Oh, and it's right by the factory. This is so convenient. Yeah. I hope to be streaming on Tuesday. Time will tell with that one. Working full-time, having a toddler. I don't like asking my wife to take care of everything while I go play video games. When he's acting up. Normally they have a blast to play stuff. They enjoy it. It's great, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping though. Hoping. Large pipe, metal beam. Not there. There, right. Here we go. And all I'm saying, also going back to the Japanese Twitter thing, there is a lot of Japanese ladies that are like, hey, I'm 30. Am I too old to get married? You should, and it's probably half of it are scams, but it does legitimately seem like a lot of them are like, no one wants me. And I remember hearing something about that once upon a time. Like there's a lot more women or something, or the guys are more career focused, or I don't know. But anyway, huge shortage of people to make Japanese people, and they're trying to get that fixed. And if I'm wrong, let me know. It's just what I heard. Could all be a scam. Don't believe everything you read on the... This will give me warehouse access. Any chance for a ride? I need to get to a trailer park to handle some business. But I can't remember where it was. I have a general location, but nothing concrete. Okay. Sure. Let's do that one. And then now that we have access to this, let's just climb up here and go there. I'm using a logging truck as just an off-road scout. Because what else would you do? Monster trucks. I don't need that part of my grill. It's fine. Easy there, rock crawler. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Did I find it? I think so. I have not yet participated in this contest. Contest employee dislocation. Hi there, name's Truck. You know, the kind of locations feel like the employer is just sending you out to die. Yeah. Do not recover, do not take truck damage, and do not go to the garage. Arrive at the port with service parts. the service parts are right there. Can I pick those up, or do I have to have a scout trailer? I'm half tempted to just throw this truck off that edge of that cliff over there and see if I can RNG not taking 100 damage on the way down. God help me, I think I can do it. Photo mode, free cam. Up. Up. There we go. Can I make it so it's not blurry? How do I? Well, it'll make for good content. Here we go. I am self-employed. 7 minutes. Tally ho. Come on. The thing about this game being so punishingly difficult is doing stupid stuff like this and getting away with it genuinely feels like a reward. Look at that. Look at that. 7 minutes for gold. How about a minute 5? Minute 6. That was awesome. If they will let me cut that into a short, I'll be a happy man. Alright. I need wood planks. I don't remember how much room a wood plank takes up. Let me check real quick. Come on. Pop up for me. Give me just a moment to check the internet. Okay, they take 2, which is what I thought. Wait, there's multiple sizes. I suppose the smart thing to do is just to go up there and find out. Get the planks, get the fuel, get the girl, question mark, profit. Minimize this so I can see my chat again. That was amazing, going down that thing and actually making it. I don't think I took any damage either. Maybe I should clip that out. How to get gold on this task. Boom. Here's a question for you. What post-apocalypse destroyed city game do you think has the best scavenging elements to it? Fallout, BioShock, Last of Us, Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil has the coolest inventory system, but Last of Us has the best scavenging and weapon improving. in my opinion. I like the BioShock games, but they feel very unserious. So it's like, you just, oh look, here's a trombone. Let me turn that into a blunderbuss for my shotgun. And Fallout is great, but it's literally just click button, look at inventory screen, take things. Which I understand is what they all are, really, but... And you can see as one of your questions if you want to. Yeah, remind me about that, and I will stick that as one of my questions. It'll be for May, because I am all done with questions for April, but I will use it. Okay, that snow's too deep. Let's come over here. And cut through over here. This is where I normally cut through. Why? Which one would you say, since you asked the question? Last of Us or BioShock? That's fair. I did like how in BioShock you just got to the power for the people, and then it was like, what of these do you want? As opposed to collecting random items and saving up things. It was just, hey, you found me, what do you want? I honestly don't remember a lack of variety, and that's probably just because I was so engrossed by the game and trying to figure out what to do next. I didn't notice, but I'm sure it's there. You've played it on 3 different generations of PlayStations now. Okay, that's a pretty great picture right there. Yeah, anyway, that pretty well is a good stopping place. So y'all have a great rest of your night. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. And maybe Tuesday I'll just play more of this. I don't know. We'll see what's on the menu. But again, I appreciate you. Look forward to content coming out every day, Monday through Friday. 3 videos next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and hopefully a live stream on Tuesday. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.